What up YouTube, it's Missouri Company. In today's video, let's talk about the absolute best heroes in Warcraft Rumble. There are so many different factions, and you're going to want at least one good hero or leader from every single faction, especially when you get to late game. So you're going to want to watch this video to the very end. Even if you're focusing on a certain faction right now, you're going to want to know which ones are the best for all factions. And we're going to cover all of that in this video right now. Okay, so the first one we're going to talk about is Undead, and I'm going to do this in order. So in my opinion, Undead is arguably the best. So there's three. We have this guy, I forgot his name. He's like the skeletal mage dude. I don't have him unlocked yet, but that's on purpose. The other two are far better. So the best of the best in terms of the undead, you would think it would be Sylvanas, since she's the newest one, but it's actually going to be this dude. It's going to be Baron Rivendare. He is so strong. His ability makes it so that you will randomly spawn these like little skeleton guys at any of your different controlled buildings. So either your actual turret or one of those little summoning stone things that you can drop your troops on. And it just does it every few seconds. He's also a very cheap and pretty tanky unit himself at only a cost of 4. He's very good, and he is able to have consistent pressure on the map at all times. In my opinion, Baron Rivendare is the absolute best in the whole game, but there's a close second in a completely different faction. So let's jump to that. Now, as a notable mention, Sylvanas, however you say her name, Sylvanas is actually really good, especially in PVE. She has some room to be good in PvP as well, but honestly, where she shines best is in PvE. And if you build a deck around her, you could actually make a pretty solid team. And we're going to cover more deck-specific builds in different videos. So if you want to see deck-specific builds, make sure you subscribe to this channel, because I'm going to have a lot of those videos coming out very soon. So she's an honorable mention for the undead, but by far Baron is the best. Now let's go ahead and go to the Horde. So the Horde don't have too many. Well, actually, let's skip the Horde for right now. Let's go to the second best faction, in my opinion, which is going to be the Alliance. So I think I have all of the Alliance ones. I do. So these three over here are the Alliance. So we have Maeve, and then we have what's-her-face, little mage, Jaina. And then the absolute best for the Alliance, in my opinion, is going to be Tyrion. Tyrion is a healer, and he's better than the shaman healer that you get from the Horde side. He's so strong. His only downside is that he doesn't attack flying units, but his heal is so strong. He can literally push with these Alliance guys, the footmen, and like that's your whole deck. That's it. You just drop the footmen and you drop Tyrion behind him and you let him go. And he heals them all, and you push down full turrets at a time until you get up against, you know, some flying people, and then it's can be a problem. But by that point, you can literally supplement with literally anything that counters flying, and you have a very good push going with only 2 units. So he's really good. And because we have the dungeon active right now for Alliance, I'm doubling down on that, and he's the only one that I'm focusing on in that dungeon to level up my deck for him. This isn't the best deck. We'll cover decks, like I said, in a different video. Let's go ahead and go on to the next one. So for the Beast, there's a few different options here. This guy is absolutely dog water. You got the what are they called, the Murloc boss here. He's okay, he's a good second best, but the absolute best for the Beast is going to be home dude right here, Hogger. Hogger is so fast and does some insane damage very quickly, and is misleadingly tanky. He can literally push a lane by himself and is a problem, and at a 4 cost, you just can't beat that. He's so good as his own entity, and the reason he's not ranked higher on this list is because that's basically all he does, is that he can push a lane by himself, whereas he's basically the same as the Baron, but Baron also has pressure all over the map from summoning those skeletons. That's the biggest difference between the two. But he's really good. Don't sleep on him. By far my favorite on the Beast faction. Now we can go ahead and jump over to the I don't even know what this faction is called. What is it called? Does it have a name? It has a name, right? I don't know what it's called. The mountain one. But anyway, so there's a few different options here. We have this dude, the one I just covered on, General Darkish. And then you have, only the 2, right? Yeah, just the 2. But by far the best one is actually one of these starting ones, guys. This guy, Rend Blackhand, is insane. So he starts on his dragon, and he's super fragile on his dragon. But once he gets knocked off, he is his own ability, his own entity, and then charges and does tons of damage. He does by far insane amounts of damage. The only reason why he's ranked where he is on this list to me is because of how much he costs at a 6 unit. But he's a very, very good 6 unit. But because he's the leader at a 6, he makes your deck pretty expensive. So you have to really adjust your whole deck around him, which is fine because he's worth it. He's definitely S tier in my opinion. And by far one that I use and enjoy a lot. So make sure you check him out if you haven't already. Moving on to the Horde. The Horde is by far the worst faction, which really hurts my feelings because I love the Horde, guys. They're really good. I have not played with a Tauren yet, but I've heard that he is not the best. This Goblin guy is the one in like the metal suit. He's okay. He's okay at best. But, and I say best very loosely, the best is going to be Garrosh Hellscream. It's because he's cheaper. He only runs at a 4 cost, and one of his talents, which I did pick up first, is the Bladestorm, which it gains an AoE Bladespin ability that damages all nearby enemies, and it happens very, very frequently. But even when you get him to 2 talents, the Savage Strike would be the second one I would pick up in tandem with Bladestorm, and at that point you have a very, very scary tank that can do a lot of damage both to bosses as well as to mobs. I was running a Shaman with Garrosh Hellscream, and that was my push. Did Garrosh Hellscream at 4, did a summon a Shaman at 4 as well, and for only 8, which is cheaper than the Alliance push, I have a very solid push going. And then I would also drop this chick in tandem, and then, you know, you get the idea with this build. But honestly, Garrosh Hellscream, while not one of the best ones, is the best for the Horde, at least currently. Again, metas could change, guys, but these are the best ones for each individual faction in its current state. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let's start some conversation about it, guys. And like I said, you're going to want to level up all of these main characters, the ones that I said are the best for each faction, at the same time, because at the end game, when you get to the hardcore stuff, that's when you're going to want to have everything available to you. So until next time, guys, lock it in.